looks like we're going into a Senna and a Draven when we have a Vayne. So what do you think your game plan is for this lane? How do you think you
Heal
usually
cut.
play it?
Get heal cut.
How are you gonna play out the lane though? Like, are you guys
Oh,
starting to
play out the
fight?
lane.
Yeah. You guys gonna chill out? Just AFK?
Uh, let me see. What is Vayne? Vayne does not have exhaust. He took heal. I guess just poke with my Q as much as I can, but not like try to fully commit to anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of just see where it goes. No, I have to get heal cut though.
Yeah, you will have to get heal cut. I don't think it's a thing you have to rush this specific lane just because you're not really fighting. You know, heal cut's not gonna do you much justice if you guys aren't actually fighting.
Right.
She has grasp too, so she's gonna be a little bit tanky.
Oh,
Then you have Kha'Zix
grasp.
into a Belvath.
Ha! Stole his Yuumi. Let's go.
I've been seeing a lot of Yuumi players lately.
Maybe they're preparing for the whenever that rework's gonna be.
Maybe.
I actually want less people to play her so she can get banned less and I could play her even more. That's how I look at it.
I
Oh
feel
yeah, just
that.
just nerf her straight to the ground so I know how I'm supposed to be playing the champion. We ain't gotta worry about no more bots. I don't have to worry about anything else.
That's
Don't
legit
have to
how
worry
I
about
am.
people trolling me. Yep, that's how I am.
It's
Nerf the
like,
champion, oh great, more for me.
right? It's like, oh, dang, it's strong. It's S tier. Oh, that means that everybody's gonna play it. It's gonna be picked or banned. But when,
Right?
when it's weak, it's like, all right, nobody wants to play it.
I mean, that's how it was when Anivia got nerfed, and it's just like, oh, yep, here we go. This is the best time to play her now.
Oh yeah, I remember Anivia's time to shine. Oh, that was, I hated that. She was so strong. I think it was like for like a month she was super strong. Month some change. She was super strong. All right. So as far as your mid lane goes, who do you think has that priority? Who has that push potential? If you had to guess.
I think, I think Katarina does if she knows how to kite Nico's Q, right? Or whatever it is, her stun.
Well, don't think of it in terms of like them actually hitting each other. Let's act like they just don't know they exist and they're just throwing all their abilities at the wave. Who do you think has more wave clear?
Oh, then if that's the case, it's Nico then.
Right, right. So Nico would have Katarina shoved in most of the time, and that means that you don't really have to worry about Cat roaming as much because she should theoretically always be under her tower. So that's a lot more pressure off of you. Um, as far as your jungle goes, Kha'Zix and Belvath, it's very interesting. They're both type of champions that are probably going to fight each other, so I would probably just keep an eye out for it. But for the most part, yeah. I mean, you pretty much had it. We're just chilling out. There's nothing we can really do in this lane. Even if you guys do try to 2v2, you guys are not going to win it. So it's going to be kind of rough.
Yeah. I mean, I usually try to rotate with the jungler if I can.
Right.
Like, if he's not that far away and then, he's being chased down by two people, whatever, I'll try to help. But if he's too far gone, then that's just it.
Right. Yeah, that
Oh,
Draven's
what?
nuts.
Cleanse.
That Draven's insane. You guys, it's crazy.
Oops. It's funny how he backed all the way off.
Oh, nice. All right, so here we should be helping your shove. Although Yuumi like throws marshmallows, it's better than nothing. So we help our shove so we can reset here.
I see what you mean, yeah.
All right, you guys can go. Don't even be tempted. You dip out. If she wants to stay, she's gonna die, but you can't just like stay with her. This is the way that you carry with support is you have to kind of. It's kind of like being the babysitter. Like this is a bad idea, yet you're allowing her to do the bad idea, which is why she's in this elo in the first place, right?
Oh,
And if you do what they do, you're gonna stay in this elo too, right?
right.
Now it just really depends on what the situation is. What if Mundo was down there, he shows up, and then you guys die? Like just something stupid like that happens. And I only bring it up because it doesn't matter what happens this game. You have to think about I'm going to be playing, 10 games from now, 20 games from now, 30 games from now. And if we're doing this in those games and we get punished one of those games, that could be a game we just lost off of something that we could have just fixed instantly, So that's why I brought it up.
Right.
It's always about trying to do what's best for the team. If you know overstaying is bad, ping her back and leave. Yeah, I know I get your Yuumi, and I get, you don't really want to be without somebody, but they're not listening to your pings this early. They're definitely not going to listen to you later, so you want to start now so that they already get kind of conditioned to listen to you.
Okay.
So right now, I ping that Kazakh's back. There's no way you can rotate or help with anything that this guy is doing, and he will die. So, yeah. Don't even try to rotate to that. That guy's doomed. If he gets collapsed on, it's a wrap. Oh wait, did I say
see.
Mundo? Mundo's not the jungler. I'm troll. I'm Spellbath. I'm super troll.
It happens.
A Bell gank would have been quicker and more deadly too.
It would have. You're right. Yep. Absolutely right on that one. All right, good. See, you didn't even get attacked. So, ooh, okay.
He does not have flash. Never mind. I thought he did.
That Vayne is
Okay.
on one. What was that?
That was awkward to look at.
She's like, let me take this tower shot for less damage than I'm doing to you. Or for more damage. You guys should be fine. There's no way. I don't think you guys, win, but... Oh? Close.
Well, I thought we'd be fine, but I guess not.
Well, that's a play that required your Vayne to be good. And so, you really got to try to think about the plays that don't require much of their work. I always say, try to go for plays that doesn't require your team to do much. If your team, all they have to do is show up, then that means the play should work almost 90% of the time. Not 99% of the time. Like that, if that was me on that Vayne, this sounds so conceited, but if that was me on that Vayne, or just anyone else, that was a higher skill level than this one, they would have killed. Because that one, you played that well. But again, that was just a hard situation for her. Maybe she's not a Vayne player. Who knows? So.
The only thing I could think of was that I probably, if I still had my knight, she may have died there, but I don't know.
I just don't think it was a fight we should have taken in the first place, honestly.
Right.
It's just better to be safe than sorry. It wasn't on you, again, but that's not how you play support, It's about what can I prevent my ADC from doing? What can I prevent my team from doing?
My bad.
Belvast right there.
Uh,
We just let her sit. I don't even know what gank she thinks she's about to get.
okay. Oh. I was actually really hoping that would have hit. Give her some hope. Now, why in the world would you do that?
Yeah.
I was just trying to prevent her from backing. That's it.
Yeah, your vein is like, I don't
He
know.
took it as all in for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
Did she just not have condemn?
Kill her now!
Okay. Jesus.
What the hell was that?
These guys are freaking hype. These guys are acting like they're just being scoped by LCS.
Well, you may as well stay now. I'm about to full heal you. Or not.
If he does run at you, you guys win this fight. He has no mana.
Yeah, he's... Yeah.
And that's a free ton of minions. And that guy's super aggressive, so you can just, yeah. Yeah, be careful, Katarina's roaming.
And ran out of mana for ult.
Back. Okay, she's roaming top.
Oh.
Belvast could still be near though. Okay, Belvast top.
Yay, they listened.
That's a small victory, but it's a victory nonetheless. That's funny. Again, helper chef.
Sorry, I was too busy looking at what was going on mid.
Remember, your job is just to make sure that these guys are always out of danger.
What are you going over here for?
Yeah, ping that guy's back. He's creeping. Oh, he wants to draw Rift, I think. Okay, I'm glad he didn't.
That was awkward. It's like that would have been good like about 10 seconds ago, but not right now. I'm worried about that Katarina, I'm not gonna lie. Sure, I guess. Alrighty then. Ooh, Belveth, let's go. Let's go. I know it was a dumb move. I'm sorry.
I don't really condone that play, but it worked. I'm gonna say you only lived because of the seal up. I definitely would not do that unless you know your team is there to back you up, because definitely looked like they were taking their sweet time getting to you.
They did.
Jeez, that was crazy. Open shove. Alright, you guys get it back. You don't have any mana.
Vayne does not care. Do you think plating is still worth it, or not really? Like, I know they buffed it at one point, but I don't know.
I don't know if I'm crazy, but it seems like the plates are less this patch. I don't recall reading anything about the numbers, but when that thing smashes, I feel like I don't get the full 180. It's like 172. But
Right.
yeah, I think they're still worth as long as you're not gonna die for it. It's a very easy way to snowball. Maybe I'm
Okay.
crazy though. Maybe it is the same numbers. I've just been seeing different numbers lately and haven't really thought too much about it. But I just thought it was less. But maybe I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure.
Well, I
Two
mean,
plates
it
is
makes a
180.
difference. Well, I mean, it makes a difference in this elo because people are trying to stay over for plating, but I don't really see that much as
Actually,
you go higher.
I think it was. Is it 160 two plates were worth? So yeah, I think they did buff it. You're right. I didn't read the numbers though.
They did because it's like it was like really high at one point, and then they nerfed it, and then they gave a bit more value into it again, and I just don't know if
Oh
it's really worth
yeah, you're
staying
right.
anymore.
It was 320. It was 320 for two plates, but now it's 172. So yeah, I
Right.
think they nerfed it and then the buff. Yeah, you're right. I think that's how it worked.
Oh, okay, whatever. Who's coming? Oh shit! No.
Just yeah, it's not a fight you guys win. I'm glad you didn't try to
Well, they
take it.
think.
I'm surprised they ran away from you, to be honest. It's like, oh wait a
I don't know.
second.
I think they're still traumatized from the earlier from earlier. It's just like I don't know how to trust this person no more. That was an interesting clash.
That's good.
I don't remember where they warded at.
All right, so it looks like the next play is going to be middle. So that means we need to either think about grouping with the team to go middle, or we
Uh,
stay with Vayne and we keep her bottom, and we just split like that. So it's really up to you in terms of what you're thinking.
I don't know. I usually like to stick with the most fed person and try to protect them. But I know sometimes that's not always ideal.
Right, because if the most fed person is doing things that's not going to win the game, you're going to lose, right?
Right.
But if the guy that's 0 and 10 is doing the thing that's going to win the game, you're going to win. So it really depends on the
Right.
situation itself.
Can't cleanse that damage.
That guy's that Draven just doesn't have enough.
It was with Essence Reaver too. Good God. Well, at least this Vayne respects the Yuumi. No.
Easy clap. That Yorick man.
Kill him! Aw. That was close. No, I don't want to stay here. I want to leave. I thought he would have had a hole breaker by now.
They're really going deep. So when it comes to finishing your, oh, they surrendered. When it comes to finishing your, what is that thing called? Turning your Oblivion Orb into the, is it a Purifier? I think that's what it's called. So many different
Chemtech,
items in
yeah.
the game. When that happens, like you want to be thinking about, do I need it? Because if you can build an Ardent Sensor, which will boost their damage, and they're not even healing as much, like the heal cut doesn't matter if it's not going to really, benefit you. I'm going to open up my game here. For those of you that are watching, I turned off my display so you cannot see me log in. I know some of y'all some sneaks. But I definitely think that you shouldn't have finished that item. You could have finished your Ardent Sensor. If you have if you have more spellcasters on your team, then you can go ahead and just get Flowing Water. But if you don't need to finish that Purifier, don't build it. Or don't finish it, I mean. You can keep the Oblivion Orb, but don't finish that
Oh,
Purifier.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same when it goes to like people building a chainsaw or the other item. Like all their heal cut items, it's the same way. They just stick to Choline, they stick to Bramble's Vest, and never really just finish the full on item because it's a lot of gold if you don't really need to use it.
Okay.
So what do you
I see what you
think?
mean.
What do you think you could have done better that game yourself?
Probably not make that risky play and did something better.
Look, I won't say the play was bad. I'm just gonna say that the play was, yeah. It was
No,
risky.
I knew the play was bad. That's why I did it. But
Wait, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, if your team was there, it was fine. It was a good bait. I think it was a good bait. It was solid. It was just your team wasn't there. Like,
right.
you didn't look before we pulled that trigger. If we would have, it would have been a lot better for you. What else? Anything else?
I don't really feel like I used my control wards for anything other than just the initial laning. I feel like I bought them late.
Okay.
Same thing with like warding objectives. Did I hop off too much, I guess?
It's funny. I don't think you hopped off enough.
That's what I thought. Well, I thought Draven was gonna be like hyper aggressive, and then he just started playing scared. So I didn't really feel like I needed to hop off as much if Vayne was just gonna go all in.
Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So you can go ahead and stop sharing your screen too. By the way, I'm gonna share mine.
All right.
I think overall, I don't really know how you're gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna put this. I think overall, your gameplay is fine if your team knows how to play. The issue here is if your team doesn't know how to play, you're not gonna win your games.
Yeah,
And-
I could have seen that.
And yeah, and what I mean by like if like you know how to play support, you know how to do your job, but unfortunately, solo queue's not about that. Solo queue's about doing more than your job. And the way that the game is happening right now is like, as long as you guys play well, dude, I got your back. I'll make sure that we win. But if I gotta carry you, I'm taking L's. That could be why your win rate is 50%. The games that are here's kind of how the math works. Well, at least how I think it works. This is for me playing over 10 accounts and ranking up a lot, and wasting my whole entire life on this goddamn game. The way that it works, in my opinion, is 50% of the games Riot's like, here, take for free. Then you have 10% of those games where it's like, these are the games that I can win if I play better, if I influence it enough. Then you have the other 40% where it's like you're about to have those trolls, you're about to have those AFKs, you're about to have, and that percent kind of fluctuates. It just depends on how lucky you are. You know, sometimes in some accounts I'm never having trolls. Sometimes in some accounts it's like every game is a troll. So it really doesn't. It fluctuates. But I think if someone is actually doing all that they can, they should have a 60% win rate. Period. So that means that you have 10% to work with. And so this is what I'm saying is like you're not a bad player, but again, when it's coming time for you to carry, you don't put that foot forward. And that could be probably why you hit platinum with mid lane. Is because that is a role that you do need to be carrying. You do need to be kind of putting that foot forward. But it's a little bit harder when you don't have damage. It's a little bit harder when you don't have pick potential. It's definitely harder when you have no HP. You know what I'm saying? And so we need to be able to focus on that aspect of your gameplay, and then we'll be able to start carrying more games. That's the hard part about Yuumi. And that's why people think that, oh, Yuumi is useless. Oh, she's so easy. Oh, she's blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, if someone's fed, she's easy. But if someone's not fed, she's one of the hardest champs in the game because you don't get to do anything. And so the only way that you can win is through your macro. The only way that you can win is really preventing these players from just being horrible. So, and when I say horrible, I'm not saying, you know, everybody sucks. It's just we're human. We make mistakes. And in this elo, they only know their own, like, mistakes. They don't really know what's good or bad. And so if you can influence their decision making, even though you're not trying to teach them how to play, you can just influence their decision making. Your game's going to be a lot easier. Okay, so the first thing that I wrote, and feel free to ask questions while I'm saying this too. So the first thing that I wrote was time being aggro with your ADC. A lot of the times when your ADC goes to fight, there's a lot of freeness that you could be doing, but we're constantly just sitting on, letting her do the work. You do get off. I do like that. You do get off sometimes, but it's never enough to where you can just like stomp your lane or stomp the fight. It's really just enough to be like, here's my bop and block. All right, I'm going back. Oh, I need mana. All right, I'm going back. You can do so much more with Yuumi. And so we'll kind of identify it. So this is, again, playing with your ADC. Right here, we instantly got off, and we went to go, you know, do our thing. Your ADC is way over here. So even though you're trying to get your shield, I understand, it's just not the right time.
Right.
When she decides to do what she does next, which is this, now it's the right time. This dude's basically 2v winning you guys, because look, she's doing the same thing you just did. Only difference is, we don't have our ability. I'm pretty sure your W's on cooldown right now. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was on cooldown. That's why I didn't hop off.
Yeah. The thing here, though, is that you're not in any danger. If you pop off, you don't have to get back on. He's level 1, and he's 2v1ing you. I highly doubt he's going to aim you, and if he does, that's good, because you can just heal it back. So actually, in this particular moment, it's not even that bad if you hopped off and you're just kind of trapped out. But you can see the difference here. Is like if I was able to pop that damage off while she was fighting here, you know, she gets hurt a lot less, and he gets hurt a lot more. But because you mistimed it, now you guys are, like, off. And every support does this. It doesn't even matter you being Yuumi or not. Like, just ADCs and supports have a hard time playing together. Again, he's doing it again, and she's way over there. But, again, you hop off right now, smack him a couple times. And then you get back on. With you,
I wasn't sure.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how Vayne was going to play. I was still trying to figure out if she was going to be playing passive or aggressive. So I was just like, okay, well, let me just be safe until I figure out how she's trying to play.
I understand that. The thing with Yuumi is that it's easier to do the aggression because you can just have that get out of jail free card, though. And so anytime she steps up, as long as she pops, like if that animation goes off, get off, smack, get back on. You could do that as fast as it takes for her to wind up an animation, or they. Both of them, actually. So let's go back to when he did it. I don't think it was here. It was a little bit... Not here. Right here. So she's about to go in. And we can tell by her movement. She's not moving to CS here. She's moving to him. I think she does it again, right? Or am I crazy? Is that it? It's right here? Okay, here we go. This is obvious. So get off right now. Smack him. By the time you smack him and get back on, she will be done auto-attacking. So if we got off right now, auto, got back on, you're fine, right? You would have been back on and have taken no hits right there. And so this is why it's easier to do with Yuumi, because every time that your ADC does something, you're already there. You don't have to walk, you don't have to position, you're already in position for everything that your ADC is doing. It's just really up to you to find those windows. So every single time Vayne walks up, or Draven walks up, I would want to see you get off. So we'll just kind of fast forward through this lane and just see how many times that happens to where you had that opportunity to pop him. Right there. Again, get off, smack him. Because who's he aiming? You or her at this moment?
Her.
Mm-hmm. Smack him. You get off now. But look how long. Imagine you did that before. He'd be dead. Or at least really close.
Yeah, he would.
So, and he's bad. He's like really aggressive. He doesn't know his limits. He's learning and take advantage of that. That's why
Right.
people who Smurf get fed so much. It's not because we're just way better than everybody. It's just because there's so many mistakes being made that most people don't even notice that they're making them. Like that guy would have been dead like twice already because if that Vayne was better, she'd have punished harder. And again, when you're playing better, you'll punish him harder. And you can see how you can easily always set your ADC up for success. If you always get ADCs that run at your ADC like that, and you just pop them for free every time, what is your auto attack? It's like, we'll just say it's 57. It's way more than this because your passive is AP. But we're gonna say 57, and then what is this? So that's 64, over 100 damage with just auto Q, and that's level 2. So like, I mean that's level 1 actually because you get the ability, right? I'm thinking of Azir. Never mind. Or not Azir. There's another champion. I think it's Aphelios I'm thinking of. I think I'm Aphelios. I'm trolling. But anyway, you still get that damage off once you get your Q.
Right. I do have another question, like, I guess after the VOD,
Okay.
because I don't know if that's going to take a while to explain, probably.
All right, yeah, I'll get through these and then you can ask if you think it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm curious too. I'm like trolling. How do I not know this information? Okay, so you do only get one ability. I swear there's a champ that just gets 2. I must be going out of my mind.
Yeah, so I already start with W.
Yeah, that's what I knew.
And then I unlocked E because I wasn't sure if Vayne was going to be a passive or aggressive.
Right. But there's a champion that has 2 abilities at the start. I think I'm crazy. I might be crazy, but it's bothering me now. I'm gonna have to.
Is it Karma? Because she
Oh, you know what? I think
she starts
you're right.
with ult,
Yeah.
and then she just gets Q, and then she could just do empowered Q all the time.
Right. I think that's who.
Or whatever.
Because it was bothering me. I was like, I know I'm not crazy. Yuumi doesn't get 2 abilities. She gets 1. But like, I feel like W is so useless to be just having as an ability because it doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
So it's like weird.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Probably like,
No,
Coach,
you're good.
what are you talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Think about the positioning of your team. Is my team safe? Think about the plays before they happen and ping accordingly. So this isn't really a play. This is more of, I'm going to guess it is kind of a play. The play here is what? I'm going for plates. That's obviously what she's doing right now. In this situation, she could be in danger. So
Right.
we don't want her to be in danger. If she was a higher level player, she would know she's in danger. Because she's not, she doesn't. And that's where you come in. And this is something that you have to do all the time, not just with Vayne, but with Nico, with Kha'Zix, with Yorick. This is why you have to pay attention to the entire map, because this type of stuff is what's gonna have your team not die as much. They still might die, but if you can prevent 1 or 2 deaths throughout the entire game, that's huge. That's better than them dying 2 extra times. So use that. Where was she? Curious. So she was here. Ooh, she's super low. If she cleared better, this would have been some issues for you. Wait, let me see.
That explains why she didn't go bot.
If she paid attention and she just went right now, and then she probably waited, I'm pretty sure she could have probably snuck up on you. Either way, though, she is bottom. That was my worry. No matter what she does, my worry is that she was down here and she could come and get you guys. So this is what you have to be very careful about. I know you want these plates, but they'll come in time. What's going to happen is your minions are going to hit the plates, get it really, really low. Next time you come back, just tap it. And then it's free.
Let's see.
This is what happened throughout the entire game. There's a lot of players, including your jungler, especially your jungler. Remember that time he like walked up and you guys were backing and he like wanted to drop bricks or something? Like, he's just crazy. But you're letting him be crazy.
Well, I mean, that's why I was panicking. I was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and every time you think like that, every time you're like, dude, what are you doing? That's so stupid. Whatever's going through your head when you see someone do something that is like abnormal, ping it. Instead of it being something that you would think or something that would come out your mouth, use the ping as that way to express that concern. What are you doing? Back. There's a guy over there. MIA. There's like a guy. Why are you going back? MIA. And that's the way that you can
spotting him like a fly or something.
Yeah, like it sucks. Again, this is why I said it's kind of like you're babysitting your team. But it's how you're gonna climb. No matter what elo you're gonna get into, High elo is the same way. You still have to watch everybody. You still have to ping, and this is why jungle is one of the hardest roles in the game because you have to watch the entire map, plus do your job. Plus, your job is also impacted by how your team plays, and that's just a lot to work with. But with Yuumi,
Right.
you have kind of a leeway because you don't have to really get off. So right now, I could be looking at what's up. What's everybody doing?
Do nothing but pay attention to the map
Right,
sometimes.
right. But a lot of your camera movement was on Yuumi. I know she's cute, but Q ain't gonna give you LP, right?
Right.
But if we were doing the same thing here, and let's just say we get on right now. So we just get on right now, boop, okay. And now I look around. Kha'Zix, what are you doing? Back, which is what we did. We pinged this guy back. We were constantly looking at him. You were trying to make sure he's okay, and I do like that. We also see that Nika was getting ready to rotate, but she didn't. And then you kept watching him, right? This is what you did the entire time, or at least more or less this entire time. Then you came back, watched this, then you went back to watch him. That's what I want to see you do throughout the entire game. I want to see you paying attention to these like clusters of portraits. If something like gets clustered like that, and let's say you're looking at Yuumi right now, but you see mid is like Katarina and Nico are like on each other, pan. What's happening? Maybe you can make it, maybe you can't, but it's important. Because if you say, okay, well, Katarina, just burn flash. Next time she comes down, and maybe it was that fight that she came down when she was going to come flank you, you know she has no flash. And what you can do is ping Vayne, she has no flash, as she's walking down. This way, Vayne's like, she has no flash. And it's a lot easier to play Katarina with no flash than it is if you have to think about, does she have flash? Does she have flash? Does she have flash? But you wouldn't get that information if you didn't look, unless your team pings you. But my God, people don't ping spells as much anymore. So that's why it's important to really just kind of think about things like that. Same thing with like your mana cost or her mana. Like if you're out of mana, she's out of mana, ping your jungler back because you know he's about to go invade. Just anything like that would help a ton. It's not about how bad someone's playing. It's just about they don't know that they can't do it. And if you can at least ping them, sometimes it's enough to get them to be like, damn, you're right. I just wasn't thinking. Definitely want you to help your laner shove more often. Really cut and dry. Help them shove. Mid, top, whatever. Help the laners shove, period. Because you want them to get out of the area as fast as possible, reset as fast as possible, get back onto the map as fast as possible, because that allows them to be able to make more plays. Very simple rule. Number 4, look for more chances to bounce off and fight during fights. So there was actually quite a few fights, and this is post laning, where I would like to have seen you bounce off a little bit more. It's funny, because the time that you did bounce off, you borderline inted, so you definitely like getting off, but this is a good one right here. This is a good one. So you'll like bounce off to like damn near kill yourself, but you won't bounce off the hell fight. So this is good though. You get off right now. Boom. Mess it up. Bow, bow, bow. Where you going? Bow, bow. Still not getting off though. You see how you're kind of letting them work? Your damage is a lot. Any damage is enough. That was a time where you just don't die. Is there anything making you afraid of getting off when you're playing Yuumi? You have a lot of Yuumi games, and that's not taking a stab at you. I'm just saying you should know your limits. And so if you're afraid to get off at certain times like this, or maybe you're just not thinking about it, what's going on with that?
So I notice when I get off and I try to do that, I end up taking a lot of those kills, and then my team starts flaming me about that.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I was trying to not take a kill, so I just figured, well, I can't take a kill if I'm on somebody.
That makes
But
sense.
I end up taking a lot of those kills.
That's hard. That makes sense, but damn.
I mean, it doesn't happen when you're in like, at least like in high gold and stuff, but like when you're low like this, they don't know how to last hit for a kill, so I'd rather just be cautious on not taking the kill than to, because I didn't even buy Dark Seal at all, so like me taking a kill wouldn't have done anything like beneficial. At least that's how I look at it.
You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. I would say just try to be more conscious when you're doing it. I'm not going to say just all out stop. I know this is free, but if people are coming to rotate and if you can just wipe these guys out ASAP, so by the time they get here, there's no teammates, that's way better than them surviving with just a smidge HP and they show up and it's a 4v2 or whatever. Because that type of stuff does happen. So, like, you can get off right now and smack her, maybe hit her a couple of times. She's nowhere near dying. Okay, then you would get back off or you would focus Draven.
I mean, I guess I could have focused Draven sooner at that point, right?
Yeah, so Again, I'm not gonna say your logic is like flawed or wrong. I definitely understand you're not wanting to take kills. My kills are usually stolen when I'm playing EDC when it's shutdowns and it pisses me off to the max. But these are
Right.
it's because champs like Yuumi do bonus damage, and so it's very hard to know how much damage you realistically do because they do bonus damage based off of her passive and Airy. It's like Thresh with his E. It's bonus damage. You can't calculate that sometimes, and so it does KS. But I'd rather them be dead then some crazy outplay happens. And so do your best. If you take it, you take it. Obviously, don't intentionally take kills. I actually coached at Yuumi that would intentionally take kills. I'm like, you're griefing. They won,
No, I
but they
just.
took so many kills. It was ridiculous.
Well, see, that's the thing. I end up taking so many kills by doing that because it's miscalculated. They don't know, and if I don't know, then it just ends up being taken.
Yeah, but like I said, I understand where you're coming from, but I just rather them dead. It does suck if you can just kind of watch yourself. But if you take it on accident, you take it on accident. It's better than them
I
living.
also try not to tilt them either, so because they can easily get tilted apparently.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get
It's like
tilted all
one
the
kill,
time.
all right, I'm AFK, or I'm going up top or something, leaving Yuumi by herself by it.
To that,
So
I'll say this: doing the right thing consistently will get you more LP than doing the wrong thing every now and then because of your team. Just because you're making these guys happy doesn't mean you'll win. You're not here to make friends. I'm here to play better, and
right,
I'm here to get my LP. You get pissed off in AFK, man, it sucks. Guess I got next game to try. I get you. There was a game where I was helping this nonsense shove. The first time I ganked him, I didn't take anything. I was just helping him push. I didn't even take a CS. He was picking me back, got pissed. Did it again after I ganked him. Helped him push. Picking me back, got pissed. Third time, he just AFK. And I was like, in what world was that not benefiting you? But that's just how people work. But again, I'm not stuck in that elo that he's stuck in. That
right.
one game does suck, but that one game is not why you're not climbing, you know? I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying
No, I
general.
know.
So, like, you have to think of it like that. Like, it does suck, but at the end of the day, like, dude, I'm going to get out this elo. You're going to stay here. So, but if you continue to play how they want you to play because you're afraid of getting spam pinged or you're afraid of them AFKing or whatever you're afraid of that they might do, you're going to stay in this elo.
Right.
So
Okay.
do you like look up to anybody? Like, do you have any like streamers that you think is really good, or any like Yuumi players you think is really good, or any support players you think is really good, pro players, whatever? Do you like have one in mind?
I don't know if they're actually a player, but I used to watch OP.
Okay. And now, do you think if they were in this elo, would they be concerned about their teammates AFK if they did something?
Probably not.
Right. They would not, and I'm not saying you're dumb, but they're not going to dumb themselves down to this elo because they're afraid of them, you know, not AFKing or like something like that, you know? And so, yeah. And again, I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just saying concept wise, lower elo knows a lot less than high elo concept wise. So,
Right.
you know, a lot of things that you do, you might get flamed for because they don't understand like why you're doing it. All right. Next one here is be around the plays that matter the most. Ping your team to go to that play. Try not to just let the game unfold. And this is one of the major points that I think we need to hammer down like ASAP if you really want to climb. The stuff like this does not need to happen. We know that Rift Herald's coming up right now. This wave is shoved. Back, reset. If she wants to stay on the map and push, let her do that. But Rift Herald's about to spawn. You could just go do that. He's 2-0. Unfortunately, you know, he ain't doing that well. But he's not really doing bad. He's just kind of even, and she's the same way. But if there's 2 players down here, and, you know, there's 4 of us here and 3 of them, we still win. Even if we're not particularly fed. But if we can ping her back, and then ping Rift Herald? And an easy way to ping the Rift Herald without pinging on my way is you could just press Alt and then tap it, and that little blue thing is going to pop up. And that is going to be, it's going to tell them, like, hey, the thing, do you want to do it? It's going to pop up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, they changed it. So, like, that's how it'll pop up, and then, yeah. And I promise you, if you got off and started recalling, she would too. Yumi's just one of those champs where
Yeah, she probably would have, yeah.
If they're not with you, they're probably going to just like, all right, I'm coming too. So, but that's one of the things that Yuumi players just have a hard time doing because they feel like they don't have a lot of agency. You do. You do. But now let's say we ping the Rift Herald right now. And it's like, back. Do you think she's going to listen? She flashed.
Probably not at this point.
Yeah, that was loud.
She flashed, no. Nope.
I'm going to say right here. Right here, if we pinged her back, do you think she's probably going to go to Rift Herald?
Yes.
You think she'll go?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think she's thinking about something right now?
Yeah, she's probably thinking about killing whoever shows up in lane.
Right, or getting that
I
next
Just
don't-
wave.
anybody.
Or getting that
I
next
don't
wave.
think she's thinking of anything.
I think she's thinking, I'm going to get ready to get this next wave.
That too.
So
I
if she's
guess.
thinking that, do you think if you pinged her right now, she'd go? I wouldn't, personally.
Yeah.
I'm like, F that rift. I got a whole wave here. It's too far.
Yeah. It's too late. Like once she passed the river, she was focused on that wave at that point.
Yeah, and Rift Herald's already spawning, so she might be thinking, well, I'm not going to get there in time anyway. Why would I
Right.
go? But you had the
She
moment
would.
to get her over there right after.
Yeah.
If you helped her shove, first of all, get done faster. And then right now,
Yeah.
we have the moment to recall, and we have the moment to get to that Rift Herald.
Yeah, I see what you mean now.
And that is how we control these players. The issue, and a lot of people are like, my teammates never listen. My teammates never listen. It's usually because they always try to ping them to do it, or they try to tell them to do something when they're already focused on something else. And again, we're not friends. We're not here to make friends. So who in their right mind is going to listen to a random person telling them to do something when they are already focused on doing something? If you're warding right here and someone's telling you to go, like if you have scanner up, and they're like, assist, you're not about to jet over there. You're about to finish your little ward, finish scanning,
Right.
and then you'll go. It's not because you hate them. It's just because what? I'm doing my thing. It's the same thing with here with Vayne. I need my item. That's what I'm saying. Whatever the reason may be. Once that player is locked into an idea like that, you're going to have a really hard time getting them to do it. So the earlier you ping things, the earlier you basically kind of set them up for success. Rift Herald spawning in 1 minute. Rift Herald spawning in 45. Rift. Everybody just knows. Like, dang, you've been pinging Rift the entire minute. Okay. So if you pinged her to Rift right now, because you've already been pinging it, she'd be like, you right, and she'll recall. Again, I've climbed through this elo myself. And I know it seems weird, but trust me, it works if you just do it early enough. They will listen to you, even if you are playing Yuumi, I promise. And then the last thing here I wrote is, before a play is made, really think about if it'll work. If you can ping it back before it starts, you can save lives. Now this is a little bit different from this one, which is think about the positioning. When I'm saying thinking about the positioning, again, it's about like, okay, well, Kha'Zix is trying to invade, and I'm right here, dude. Like, just stop. It's not going to work ever. But let's just say, okay, we know Van's going to push. She's overextended. I'm overextended because, you know, you're Yuumi. You're with her. Like, we're both in danger. So we ping it back, you know, go ward or something. Something to just make it so that we're safe. Because this initial play that she's going for, whatever it is, I'm going to get a wave, I'm going to kill somebody, whatever she's thinking right now, we're overextending to do it. And we're unsafe. So thinking about being unsafe, how do you handle it? You handle it by doing it afterwards, which is right now. This is how you handle it. And you would have been dead, and she would have been dead, and we would have through. We could have thought about that before that play took off. Granted, she flashed instantly, and I don't think you were prepared for that. But also, we overextended way further anyway when we could have just done it.
Right.
And we probably still would have died because they were, well, maybe we would have died. I don't know, but they were chilling right there.
Yeah, they were.
So, again, there's just so many times where we're both in so much danger. But the reason why it doesn't, like, we don't die is because either the other team sucks or our team is just good enough to, like, outplay. Which is why when we looked at your history, your deaths are like up and down. They're not really consistent. You have a few consistent here. Holy crap, good job. Oh, I guess there's a 9 there, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent. But you do have some like high bangers, like 7, 7, 7, 8.
Right.
Know? And these are attributed to those situations where it's like I'm putting myself in something sticky and I can't get out because mechanical failure or they're better than us or something like that. But if you always use your macro, I'm overextended. There's usually people in this bush. Careful, you never die. Doesn't matter how good or bad someone is, you can't outplay someone smarter. Period. Unless I guess you're smarter, but you know, let's be real. That shit don't happen. So
right.
So you should be good. So yeah, I definitely want to see that happen more often. I want to see you being able to ping more. I want you to be able to set up for more objectives. Rift Herald's coming. Okay, guys, Rift Herald. Dragons. Okay, guys, Dragon. If you see your jungler trying to contest Dragon, and this happens so much, but you guys know we can't fight. Your Vayne's dead. She had all the gold. This dude's 0 and 2, but they're trying to go for the Dragon. Back. Nico's going for the Dragon. Back. And you go ahead and mosey yourself up topside and maybe go ward some stuff. Because if their whole entire team's bottom, there's no way you die up here. So yeah, your Kha'Zix is about to int to Dragon, and your Nico's about to int, and your Vayne's dead. If they're all over here and Rift Herald's up or Baron's up, you have your window of like 30 seconds to a minute to start jetting your butt up there. I know it's slow, but to start jetting your butt up there and try to pop down some vision. Because after the Dragon, they're most likely going to look for a play on the Rift Herald or Baron. Maybe a minute later,
right.
But you got it warded. So you set your team up without actually ever having to be in danger, all because you're like, this play is not going to work. I'm not going to be here. But a lot of the times when we're playing, you noticed like you put yourself in a situation where like if this play doesn't work, I'm probably going to die. Like,
Yes.
like, you put yourself in that situation quite often. It's like, well, I don't think that's the best way to look at it. This is one of them right here. It's like, well, if this doesn't work and you die, I'm dead too. So I guess I'm just gonna sit on you and pray. So you do. She does well, but like in just the hard situations where like, what if she fumbled? What if she played it incorrectly? Then you die too, and it's just 2 deaths. That's 600 gold for no reason. And we could have used that to go over here, grab that rift arrow, and push with our team. So
yeah, you're right.
It's something that's really hard to implement. Don't get me wrong, but it is doable if you consciously think about it. And so that's the main thing I think holding you back right now is the fact that I'm playing and the game is just kind of unraveling itself. If my team knows what to do, I win. If they don't know what to do, I will lose. So I need to make sure that my team always knows what to do. My team always knows to be careful. My team always makes sure that we're not getting rotated on. I don't know why Katarina went up there, but if she was in that same exact spot down here, you guys are both dead. Like stuff like that. If you could just kind of nip it in the bud, you go in places. What was the question that you wanted to ask me, by the way?
Alright, so say if the Vayne was playing passive, what would be done differently? Because I do come across Lady C's who play very passive, thinking Yuumi does nothing.
Mm-hmm. I get that a lot.
Because you should be, I understand we should be aggressive at at least level 1, and then maybe level 2, depending on how the matchup is going at the time. But they don't. They just farm the wave until level 2, and then it's like, well, that was our power spike right there. So
that is rough. It is like you said. It is important to see what they're kind of about because you don't want to overcommit to something and just like straight up die because it's like, oh, you're really passive. So I do understand that, and that's why I said when that Vayne walked up, then you would go ahead and do your thing because you're not really doing anything out of turn. You're still with her. But let's say all she did do, like you just said, was just sit back and do nothing. So we just sit on her and do nothing. And the thing is, that means that we have a lot more time to watch that map. So we're basically watching Zabumafu. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but that's what we're doing right now. Is we're basically just watching the map and seeing what's going on. What's going on with you? Let's tune in to channel 6. What's up here? Let's tune in channel 2. Okay. And when you see something that you can be a part of, you go ahead and hop off and do your thing. So here is a brief example. So he's obviously pathing up. There's nothing you can do. You're damn sure not making it from from bottom to middle right now.
Yep.
It's gonna take you about 2 minutes. I wouldn't even worry about it. I'm the type of Yuumi player that buys boots. I'm not saying to do it. I don't do it all the time, but when I'm fed up, I will buy some boots and start making my way downtown. But don't do that again. It's cringe. Don't do that. But here, as an example, we recall. Let's just say she never got a kill there. We just recalled. She never got a kill. We were passive. What we do now is we walk down middle. You can do this with every single support, every single time. You will walk yourself down middle to see if there's anything that you can influence. So we see Kha'Zix. He's going here. He just reset. We know Dragon's coming up soon. Katarina's 2-0. If we called this Dragon and we 4v4'd, do you think we'd win this fight?
Possibly.
Think so?
Oh wait, no, you said Katarina.
Yeah, if we 4v4'd with Katarina, all of them, do you think we win?
No.
Right, you're not even a champion, so you're gonna get KO'd. Right, Senna's gonna stomp. Draven's stronger than Vayne, so Vayne's gonna get KO'd, and that leaves she's 2-0, so she's nothing. So that leaves a 1v4. Right. Do you think Kha'Zix can 1v4 at level 4? No. Exactly.
Not at all.
A dragon is not a play we can call. We can't be like, let's go and let's look for a dragon play. Not happening. But again, let's continue to walk down mid. We're doing our thing. So let's say we're here, but we're middle. And we're still doing it. Nothing. We go this way. And then we look to kind of go scan or maybe ward, whatever we're doing. And then we go back bottom. We kind of just go, let me do this because it's weird to see it. So we go back bottom. We go through here. We go, okay, nothing's happening. Maybe you sit here to see if cat goes on. Nothing. Okay, you go back down bottom. This means that you are capable of making a play, whether it be top, mid, or into any jungle, because you're in the middle of the map the entire time. But let's just say we went bot how you did right now, and there's a play, and she's about to get dove. And if you were right here, all you had to do was W and save her. but you were down there. You can't influence that play. And so now, because we're never near any plays, it feels like, well, if my ADC's passive, I can't do anything. I can't influence the map. How am I supposed to do anything if she's never fighting? I can't get a lead in my lane. That's because we were always in the lane when we know we're not getting a lead there, right? So you have to think about, well, where can I put my resources to get a lead elsewhere? And so, again, if mid is a scrappy lane, I mean, this one's not too scrappy. I think that Nico just kind of sucks. But there's some scrappy mid laners like Yasuo and Akali, and like they're always freaking fighting. And so, if you do happen to be there when that happens, or maybe Kha'Zix was on Raptors, right? And you started walking your way down, and you're like ping, 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 and they're overextended, and you hop on Kha'Zix, and he comes in for a gank. And just because you were right there, he listened. And he went for a gank all because you pinged him. He wasn't even paying attention. Like, stuff like that happens. And so, if you want to get past like these passive ADCs, you're gonna have to kind of take it upon yourself and take that initiative to look for plays around the map. And a very easy way to do it is, as I said, just walk down middle, because you're capable of scanning around every single time you recall. Let's take a look at one more time where you went for a recall, and we'll do it again. So this play specifically, nothing would have happened. There's nothing you could have been a part of. It was just boring. You know, she was sitting there farming, nothing you could really do. Okay, let's say we did the same thing. So we did the same thing. We walked down middle. We're in the same spot right now. Okay, let's take a look at top. So top, do you think you have to help this guy? Or you think he's good?
I don't know. I think he might get ganked at that point.
But you think it's worth coming up here to see, or nah? You think you just ping him back and that's that?
I think he should have recalled, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't really have to make your way up here. It's a waste of time. You can just ping this guy back if you really think he's going to get ganked.
Yeah.
As far as this one goes, she's kind of overextended. Do you think she's in trouble right now?
No.
Right, she's recalling. So if she was to stay there, yes, but she's recalling.
Yeah.
Nothing to do here. This guy's up here doing his thing. Do you think that you need to help him with anything?
No.
Think carefully.
Maybe ward his jungle, but
Think a little bit deeper.
oh, deeper.
Think a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should help him with the Rift Herald, huh?
Right. You could cause it. You can call it, because if she shows up, who cares? There's two of you guys. Now, although Katarina's there, it's a sketch. Don't get me wrong. But we also know Mundo's there. But we also know that shouldn't even be awarded. Period. So all those is a stretch. If you have a passive ADC, you're not doing anything down here anyway. So why not try to make something happen? Now, let's just say this is this game and you did it. It's kind of grief because you guys are scrapping, you guys are fighting, you guys are getting ahead. There's no reason to just do some crazy play like that. But if your ADC is literally not doing anything, then what's the point? Either we go up top, oh crap, we got spotted, we run away, nothing happened. Or we go here, nothing happens. What's the difference? This play, we can actually try to get something. This one is just like, I'm praying that the rest of my team does well or we lose. I'd definitely rather you just take yourself up here and go with them. And where was she?
So she was. So I think more objective oriented. If my ADC isn't doing much or nothing much is really happening down bot, than just to sit on the ADC and try to tell them to do something.
I think objective oriented. Period. That is something that we're lacking in general. But I want you to think more playmaking, and not in the sense of like obviously flash ulting or something crazy like that. But playmaking as in the sense of, is there anything that could possibly happen where you are right now? Like I said, of course, nothing. He just killed the guy. She's recalling. But again, with him, the play he could potentially make is Rift Herald play at this particular positioning. We can go a little bit further into the game and we can do the same thing. Based off positioning-wise, no play could be made by Yorick. A play could be made here. Maybe Katarina will fly in or something. Who knows? Right? And then Kha'Zix is on here. So there's technically two plays happening. And this is a very hard skill to get down packed, but the best way I can say it is just think a couple of steps ahead, or a couple of seconds ahead. I'm sorry, thinking a couple of seconds ahead from this part. I think Katarina would fly on her.
Right, she would.
Yeah, look, she's 3-0.
There's no reason why she wouldn't. Yeah. With the 6-stack dark seal.
Yeah, like let's see. Great. Let's see in a few seconds. Let's say you rolled up and you're just kind of chilling right here. Nothing's happening. Maybe you chilled here because you want to be closer to Kha'Zix, whatever your decision to be. You're chilling on the side. Okay. Oh, damn, she rolled because she's seen you guys fighting. That's kind of unfair. Oh, because she came back. Okay. I'm surprised she didn't go on her, honestly. I mean, I guess she probably would have died, but, you know, still. some people are crazy, and she'll fly on her, and she'll just do something crazy like that. And with you sitting right here, you can pop out and be like, ah, I got you. She's really passive. How the hell is she 3-0?
She
There
was
she
probably
goes.
wondering where the jungler was.
Maybe, yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of.
But there she goes. And if you're right there,
Mhm.
you pop on, you Q her, slow her, and job done. Maybe you kill her, maybe you don't, but who knows? But it's better than just having an ADC play passive and doing nothing. And this is going to be a lot of
Right.
trial and error. It is. And it's going to suck because you're going to fail sometimes, you're going to do good sometimes, but it is a lot of trial and error, but that's only because you have no play to be made bottom. So this is I have to put all my eggs in one basket, and please, let's make some stuff happen.
Okay.
Do not do this when you have a lane like this, because it just doesn't make much sense. You can still run.
No, I
them,
understand.
But, don't go crazy.
Like, because if they're aggressive, I have no problem. But when they're passive, it's like, okay, well, how do I make plays like this as a Yuumi trying to convince people who already get toxic easily?
Right. You're gonna have to mute that ADC, mute the chat, mute the pings, because she's gonna ping you. I promise you, she's gonna ping the hell out of you, and she's gonna chat to you.
They already did that.
I'm telling you, I'm the type of dude that would buy. I literally, when I'm streaming, I bought mobile boots on Yuumi, and I was already being flamed instantly, and I was never in lane. Like I said, don't do that. But I was literally moving my butt all across the map.
No, I see why you would do it in that instance.
Yeah, it
but
was
yeah,
bad.
not in this instance. But
Right.
I might actually start thinking about doing that when I have ADCs like that, because they'll actually just run it down, just say report this Yuumi, just keep on running it down.
Right. When there's no play to be made bottom, you have to think about, well, what plays can be made elsewhere? Where can I put my resources so I can get the win? It's not going to be in bottom doing nothing. It's kind of the same with junglers. Well, my top lane or my bot lane's feeding, and I can't help him. If I help him, I die too. Then don't play bottom. Play up there. Problems
Right.
Right. Put your
I
resources.
mean, I usually try to
where
go to help the jungler, but then sometimes the jungler is like in a bad spot, like
right,
somewhere where you like going into their jungle for no reason when something else is coming, like dragon coming up or something. It's like, why are we all the way over here?
That does happen. But
And
again,
then
that's
it's
down
like,
to,
well, I'm already on him. What are you doing?
yeah, that's down to awareness, though, right? If we spotted that's what he wanted to do before he did it, we could have pinged him back and to do this already.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it comes down to. It seems really like it's all your fault, and that's not what I'm saying. But these guys could definitely be swayed as long as you just do it before they get to this point. This is like beyond hope. Oh, I'm over here, back. Oh, I'm already here. But if they're here, back. Oh, fine. And then they'll just U-turn or something, or they'll go to dragon. Like, trust me, it's just all about that timing. You'll realize how much people listen to you, and you'll be like, holy smacks, I cannot believe Coach was actually right about that. You're like, yeah. I know the pain. I've been there. Playing as Yuumi freaking blows when your team does not listen to you, but the best way to get them to listen to you right off the bat is to just ping them when they don't have anything in their brains. When they're just walking around.
I just have to work on my timing of pings for that.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and give you these notes and save these notes for you. Again, I think the main thing that we need to focus on here is definitely just going to be the number 2, which I'm going to send you the whole notes. The number 2 and number 5. Basically, like you just said, being more objective focused. This is coming up. Are we ready for this? No. How can I get you guys ready for this? Not, okay, it spawned, let's get ready. Because by then, it's too late. And then just really thinking about, you're going to die if you overextend. I'm out of here. Or, you're going to die if you invade. We have no mana, we have no HP. Back. Like, those are the things that's going to get you to skyrocket your rank. It's not your personal play. I don't think you're stupid. I think you know exactly what you should be doing. I think you know your champion dang near
It's just
inside
more
and
like
out.
communicating it,
But
then
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know how to play, but that's not enough
Right.
to get you to climb. So,
No, I know.
Your whole team has to know how to play. That will be your
Right.
ticket. The higher you go, the less you got to really do it. But right now, you really gotta focus on that. That's one of the reasons why Riot's ranking system is super, super flawed. Is because, like, no matter how you play, sometimes there's just no winning. Like, you'll still lose your game. And it's like, I played well, though. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You have to go above and beyond if you really want to win your games. And that's the thing that a lot of people really struggle with. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, do you have any other questions about that? Edgar, do you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
I'm about to say, he's in his own game. I don't think he was paying attention anymore.
Are you winning?
He's just like,
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm playing on a different account, just kind of leveling it up so I can play with my friend, right?
I got you.
And I queued for mid and top, and I got support, so I'm practicing Pike.
Oh, Lord, not another Pike player. Not like this. All right, there you go. I got it saved. I'm about to send you it right now. And my girlfriend hates Pike. She can't stand that champion. She like anytime it's picked, she's tilted because she's a Yuumi main too. She only plays Yuumi.
right.
And so
She just doesn't ban him?
she does, but like she gets Nautilus, and it's like son of a. It's like there's like so many evils in this game. It's hard to choose which one you want to get out.
Oh, yeah. It's like, pick your hell. Got it.
That's pretty much how it was. And so like every time Pike is picked, even if I'm the AD carry, knowing I'm gonna have higher elo than she's actually in, so when I'm playing, I'm smurfing basically. She's like, she still gets triggered and tilted. I'm like, calm down. Every time she dies, she gets super mad. She's like, I should have banned him. I don't know why I didn't ban him. She's like, but if I ban him, Nautilus gets through. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording, and I will send it to you guys once it's uploaded. Again, if you guys need anything, let me know. If you got any questions, or if you're like, this is not working, or I'm having a rough time, just like I tell Edgar, hit me up. Be like, hey, coach, I'm doing this. There's this game that I played when we did this little play over here. Give me the timestamp so I know where to go. But like we did this play and it didn't work, or I was pinging and it wasn't working. What happened? And then it only takes me a couple minutes to open it up, go to that spot, look at it real quick, and then give you that input. So it's one of the things that I recommend all my students do is use me when you guys need help, because that is the easiest way to get better, okay?
Okay.
All right. Much pleasure. See you guys. Have a great Christmas, you guys, and a Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah,
Thank
Merry
you,
Christmas.
You too. Merry
Christmas. And thank you.
No problem. No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And to the rest of you guys, same to you guys. Merry Christmas to you guys. Have a Happy New Year's to you guys. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys are interested in coaching, coachblaker.com is where you want to go. And remember that holiday code for $5 off is going on. The code is holiday. Make sure you use that before it's gone.